Hi, this is Jens Torsen of the Hartman Group. Thank you for joining me to review a Hartman program on Health Reform 101. Our objective today is to provide you with some general information around health reform without providing opinions. The agenda will follow will address the following topics: background and key dates, some key provisions of the law, ways costs will be impacted, how steps to remain compliant as an employer plan will change, as well as some identified references and resources. Finally, as always, we'll provide our primary takeaways. Keep in mind that our intent is to provide some baseline education, and any need for tax or legal advice should be received from the appropriate counsel. So, the law was passed in March of 2010. Numerous parties brought suit around the legality of the law, which ultimately led to the Supreme Court hearing the case. Ultimately, the Supreme Court decided for the most part to uphold the law with a 5-4 decision. As recently as December 12, 2012, PA Governor Corbett announced that PA will not pursue a state-based exchange for 2014, relegating any such operation of an exchange to the federal government, at least for that year. Now, I keep a PDF copy of PPACA on my desktop, and it isn't really practical to summarize the 907 pages in just a few minutes. Also, the law deals with many aspects around the delivery of health care, but we're just focusing on the insurance side here. One important aspect in terms of understanding the law is how it categorizes things. So for example, here's a listing of changes that impact all plans, alongside on the right, a listing of changes that only apply to a certain set of plans deemed non-grandfathered. So there are specific fee increases built into the law. Incidentally, the PCORI fee referenced here also applies to many forms of health reimbursement arrangements. These fees are generally not directly payable by employers, but are built into their insurance premiums, and other factors being constant drive up rates to some extent. This doesn't speak at all to healthcare cost trend generally, which is going strong. Compliance is a major focus for employers these days as well. So in addition to COBRA, annual filing with CMS, and providing other mandated notices to employees regularly, we have a host of new compliance considerations with the law. So some examples include a summary of benefits and coverage, uniform glossary requirements, a new notice of exchanges that need to be provided February of 2013, as well as some additional reporting requirements for W-2 forms for certain larger employers. So in terms of references and resources, healthcare.gov has some great information out on it. Kaiser Foundation also does, as well as the International Foundation of Employee Benefit Plans. That most insurance companies and health underwriter groups also have very, very good resources available. In particular, though, Kaiser, they have a tremendous amount of good information out there. This particular URL that is referenced on our website includes some case examples from perspectives of small employers, larger employers, and individuals, and how the law impacts them. And additionally, this page shows a flowchart of how, given the expansion of Medicaid, exchanges, employer plans, and subsidies, somebody might get health insurance in 2014. So, in summary, the Affordable Care Act was passed, challenged, and mostly upheld. The implications are broad, impacting our country in a lot of different ways. Compliance is absolutely a consideration, as well as the implication to costs. And from an employer's perspective, trying to comply with the new rules in the law really depends on a number of things, including how do you get categorized relative to grandfathered versus not, large employer versus small, etc. The Hartman Group takes a lot of pride in working within our team to stay at the forefront of the changes in our industry, distill the complicated, verbose regulations into specific information and strategy. Please let us know where we can help you and your organization. And thank you again for taking the time to listen to us this afternoon.